I slowly stepped into a pitch-black room. The only light came from a few lamps shining right onto a painting on the wall. The woman in the painting was smiling softly, but it just made my skin crawl. She looked exactly like me. Suddenly, I heard footsteps behind me, getting closer and closer. "Hey guys, I'm Joyce Watson. I'm 17 and I live with my grandpa Ben here in Miami. My parents, I have absolutely no idea. The only thing they left me is this necklace. Grandpa never says anything more than that. We're not rich, but we're happy. Or at least we were, until Grandpa fell and got hurt. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. It's okay, Grandpa. I can handle it." So, to help cover our bills, I got a job as a waitress at the Grand Orem, one of the fanciest 5-star hotels in town. Getting the job wasn't easy. I had to pass all these tests on fitness, work ethic, and how to talk to guests. The manager, Knox, is super strict, but I did it. Thanks to a lot of hard work and maybe a little bit of luck. Congrats, Joyce. You beat 50 other candidates. You're officially part of the Grand Orem Hotel. On my first day, I messed up big time. I spilled something on Vanessa's dress. She's this rich kid staying at the hotel. "I'm so sorry, miss. I'll clean it up right now. Don't touch my limited edition Dior. You'll ruin it." Knox stepped in and helped calm things down, but after that, Vanessa and her rich clique made my life miserable. Why is my food still not here so slow? Why is this place still dirty? If I complain, you're done here. Can't you even hold this for me? Her friends just laughed while I swallowed my pride. I needed this job too much to fight back. "So, you'll clean this entire lounge before you go home." I cleaned until midnight, all by myself. "Just finish this, Joyce. You've got this." I knocked on the last door on my list. No answer. So I pushed it open. The room was pitch dark, but even in the shadows, I could tell it was bigger and way fancier than all the others. And right in the middle hung this huge painting, displayed like it was the most precious thing in the world. Why did that woman look so much like me? She just seemed older. Then I saw a nameplate, Raymond Voss. Who's that? Before I could even think, the footsteps got closer and louder. Who would be here at this hour? Did I just upset another VIP? Who's there? I didn't think. I just ran. I got away, but that painting haunted me. That woman had to be connected to me somehow. I started searching for any clue I could find online. Raymond Voss, owner of the Grand Orem. No way. They say he's this strange man who never married, has no kids, and lives all alone with a mountain of money. On my break, I snuck into the hotel's archive room to dig for more. I searched forever until I finally found something. Eleanor Watson, manager of the Grand Orem, 17 years ago. My heart pounded in my chest. 17 years ago, Watson. Too many things matched. Could she be my mum? Suddenly, a voice shattered the silence. Wow, a thief in a luxury hotel. It was Vanessa. She screamed that I was stealing. Thank God Knox showed up and covered for me again. I asked Joyce to get some files for me. Vanessa looked furious, but she had to walk away. Knox turned to me. I really trust your work and your character, but one more mistake and you're gone. Clear. Got it. Thank you. That night, I told Grandpa everything. What I found, what I suspected. His face turned pale. Your parents are gone, Joyce. These people have nothing to do with you, but Eleanor. She looks just like me. I think ... you're not working there anymore. But I didn't listen. Grandpa's reaction only made me more sure. I have to find the truth. Maybe, just maybe, I'll find my mum. I decided my next step was to get close to the hotel's head chef. She'd been working here for over 20 years. If anyone knew something, it had to be her. The second she saw my face, she looked kind of shocked, but then she snapped right back to her usual cold, strict self. No matter how much I begged, she wouldn't even glance at me. Out of my way, kid. This kitchen's got work to do. Don't stand there being useless. I can help. I'll wash the dishes, clean up, whatever you need. Right when I was wrestling with a giant stack of dirty plates, my phone rang. It was Grandpa. Holy pickles. If he found out I was still working, I was toast. Where are you right now? I'm just, swimming a bit to cool off. Yep. The head chef glared at me. Kid, if you can't focus, get your butt out of my kitchen. I hung up, my heart pounding. I'll just have to explain to him later. Things didn't get any easier. While I was serving food, Vanessa and her gang kept picking on me. Lucky for me, Knox always seemed to step in to help. He's so kind and kind of gallant. Not gonna lie. The old chef kept throwing more and more chores at me non-stop. By the end of the day, I was so wiped out I could barely breathe. I cornered her as she was leaving. Chef Spilett, what do you really want from me? Do you know anyone named Eleanor? She worked here 17 years ago. She finally stopped and looked at me. I thought it was just a look-alike, but it seems you really are connected to Eleanor. She and Mr. Raymond were madly in love. Then one day, poof, Eleanor vanished. Since then, Mr. Raymond has lived all alone, never loving anyone else. My mum and a hotel owner, ... in love. Wait, does that mean Mr. Raymond is my dad? No freaking way. If that's true, then why am I living broke instead of in some fancy mansion? Whatever. It's time to risk it all. I had to sneak back into that room and find out more. There had to be something else in there. Maybe even Mr. Raymond himself. The room was still pitch dark, except for Eleanor's portrait, which was glowing like a spotlight was on it. I tiptoed to Mr. Raymond's desk and looked around for anything. Wait, my eyes landed on an open drawer. Why did he have the exact same necklace as me? It was identical. It was identical to mine. I held my breath, reaching out to touch the delicate chain. The last time I'd tried this, there was no alarm. But just seconds later, Knox burst into the room. The shock on his face when he saw me was unmistakable. "I can't believe it's you, Joyce. This time. I can't save you." I tried to explain, to tell him why I was there, but it was no use. Strong hands grabbed me, and they dragged me out of the room like a stray kitten. Just like that, I was fired. On the spot, I trudged home, my heart heavy. Grandpa was waiting, his face a thundercloud. But before he could unleash his storm of words, I cut him off. "Grandpa, I saw it. Mr. Raymond has a necklace exactly like Eleanor's, the one that's just like mine. I know she's my mum." His anger evaporated, replaced by a look of pure astonishment. He tried to deny it, to brush it off, but I pressed him. "I just want to know who my parents really are, please." His shoulders slumped in defeat, and the story he'd held back for so long finally came pouring out. 17 years ago, Raymond and Eleanor were deeply in love, but Raymond was a Voss, and his family's power games got in the way. He was forced to leave, to go away for a while, but he swore he would come back for her. By then, Eleanor was already pregnant with me. The powerful Voss family, however, only wanted the baby an heir. They refused to accept Eleanor as their daughter. Her heart was broken, shattered into a million pieces. She passed away shortly after I was born. "I've hated the Voss family ever since that day," Grandpa said, his voice thick with old pain. "I never wanted you to get tangled up with Raymond or any of them. So that was it. My mum was gone, lost to me long ago, but I still had a father. Mr. Raymond, the owner of the Grand Aram, was my dad, and judging by the secret room he kept, filled with her portraits and that precious necklace, I knew he had truly loved my mother. A new resolve hardened within me. I had to see him. Over the next few days, I tried everything to get back into the Grand Aram, but it was like hitting a brick wall. Every time I managed to sneak a few steps past the entrance, the guards would spot me. "Hey, don't let her in. She's a thief," they'd yell. "No, please," I'd beg. "I need to see Mr. Raymond. It's incredibly important." But my pleas fell on deaf ears. "Guards, get her out of here." And once again, I'd find myself unceremoniously tossed out onto the street. Was there really no way to see him? "Come on, Joyce, think," I muttered to myself, pacing outside the Grand Hotel. There had to be a way, and then it hit me. Of course. "Knox, I found him later that day. Knox, I need your help with something." Thanks to his connections, I finally got back inside the Grand Aram, this time for an official meeting. He had pulled a ton of strings, and I could see the worry in his eyes. "Don't worry," I assured him, giving his hand a squeeze. "What I'm going to tell him is huge. He'll want to hear it. Thank you for everything." The moment I walked into Mr. Raymond's office, he looked up. His eyes widened in shock, and the teacup he was holding slipped from his fingers, shattering on the polished floor. I took a deep breath. "Let me introduce myself properly. I'm Joyce, Eleanor's daughter. It's really nice to finally meet you, Dad." A few weeks later, the Grand Hall of the Grand Aram was buzzing with excitement. The Voss family was announcing their new heir, and every big shot in Miami was there. In the very center of the hall hung a massive painting veiled by a white cloth. All eyes were glued to it, simmering with curiosity. I walked in beside Knox, my head held high. I wasn't an outsider anymore. One belonged here. As we moved through the crowd, a familiar, grating voice cut through the chatter. "This place is only for the elite. A little country girl like you should know her place." It was Vanessa, her eyes dripping with disdain. Knox stepped forward slightly. "Miss Vanessa, I suggest you show some respect. Joyce is more special than you think." Vanessa was about to toss her hair back and deliver a snarky reply, but just then the white cloth fell. A gasp rippled through the room. My mother's portrait was revealed, glowing under the spotlights. She was so beautiful, so proud, and then every single eye in that hall turned from the painting to me. The resemblance was uncanny. I was the living image of the woman in the portrait. My father, Raymond Voss, stepped forward, his voice ringing with emotion. "After all these years, I have finally found my daughter. Today, I am proud to announce Joyce Voss as the new heir of the Grand Harem and the entire Voss family." Vanessa's perfectly made-up face twisted, as if she'd just swallowed a whole bucket of bugs. I simply walked right past her, my steps calm and steady, as I moved to the front of the room to accept my new title from my father. My new life had begun, but some things, it seemed, never changed. A few days later, I was walking through the lobby when I heard that same arrogant voice. "Don't waste my time. You broke nobody. Hurry up and haul this stuff." Vanessa was screaming at a new, young waiter who had accidentally bumped into her. He was apologizing over and over, his face pale, but she just kept snapping at him, treating him like dirt beneath her expensive shoes. I stepped in. The Grand Harem doesn't serve guests who disrespect our staff. "You're not welcome here, Vanessa." Her jaw dropped. "I'm a VIP. You can't do this. I'm the owner now," she shrieked, her voice echoing in the suddenly silent lobby. Guards appeared and escorted a sputtering, furious Vanessa out of the hotel as other guests giggled and whispered behind their hands. Knox, now my boyfriend, came to stand beside me. He'd been there for me when I had nothing, and he was here for me now that I had everything. R&T, worried she spread rumors and damaged the hotel's reputation. He asked quietly. I looked around the magnificent lobby at the staff working with dignity and the guests enjoying the refined atmosphere. "The Grand Harem stands for real class," I said, a smile touching my lips. "It doesn't bow down to arrogant bullies." I took his hand. "I know I can make it shine even brighter than before."